In the back?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm usually never criticized for being too quiet, so, but welcome this morning. We're here to celebrate what's going to be a major milestone in the Akron Zoo's history and in preparation for our future. First, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Doug Piekash. I have the honor of being the second CEO at your Akron Zoo. Literally my dream job, and it's amazing to me when I get to come to work, because even my worst day on the job is better than the best day on the job for a job you don't really like, and I love mine. So thank you for joining us today. We're thrilled to have you with us for this very special morning. I hope as you arrived you did have a chance to meet Forrest, and give a round of applause for Deborah, please. Thank you, Deborah. So, to talk a little bit about the hospital, this hospital would be 11,000 square feet when it's open. The original hospital that we have, the Sherman Center for Animal Care, which is located down near our corporate rental area, has about somewhere in the neighborhood of 4,000 square feet directly assigned to veterinary medical care. And the building itself is an 8,000 square foot building with half of it dedicated to what we call flexible animal housing. What does that mean in the professional zoo and aquarium world? It means that's the space when we, for example, work on a species survival plan action for, say, snow leopards, where we're supposed to produce a set of young in 1 year, and then suddenly they can't get along with mom much longer because they become adults, they need to be separated, so they have to be moved to a flexible animal housing space. So when that happens to be associated with your hospital, and that hospital was built at a point in time where we had about 170 animals in the zoo, representing about a dozen or slightly more species over 30 years ago, and suddenly we fast forward to standing here today in 2025, where we have thousands of mouths to feed across the Akron Zoo. That hospital simply will not work. We have done everything we can over the years to upsize it and to adjust it, and we can no longer do that. And that's the reason that this animal hospital becomes so critical to our future, because it was designed with all of the modern amenities available today for professional veterinary medical care of the animals we care so deeply about, and we expect it to carry us through the next 20 years. So it is an awesome investment that makes a huge difference for our facility. With a state-of-the-art surgery suite, an intensive care unit, specialized spaces for different species, including birds, hoofstock primates, large carnivores, the Tom and Shelley Kutnick Animal Hospital will ensure your zoo continues to provide top-notch veterinary care to the animals that call your Akron Zoo home now and long into the future. And in fact, I'd like to thank Tom and Shelley Kutnick for their support of this project, without which we wouldn't be standing here today. So please give them a round of applause. The 11.9 million facility will be located right here, directly on the other side of this fence line, behind the Landon and Cynthia Knight Pride of Africa. We're extremely grateful to the donors who have supported us, and we're also very grateful to the state of Ohio for its pivotal $2 million combined one-time strategic community investment funding and capital budget allocation. So with this, please join me in recognizing Representative Bill Romer, and please stand, Representative Veronica Sykes, Representative Derek Hall. I'm sorry, Veronica. I know that. I've got the two of you. Okay. And we truly appreciate the support of the state of Ohio in this project and in bringing those dollars back to Greater Akron and to making a difference long into the future for the people of Greater Akron. Thank you so much. I would also like to take this time to represent our local elected officials as well, acknowledge them. Jeff Wilhite, please stand. Brandon Ford. And then, just in case anybody else I missed. No? Okay, good. Please, round of applause. We greatly appreciate your support. And with that, I would like to invite now Susie Graham Moore, my good friend and the Director of Economic Development, to speak on behalf of Mayor Malik.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
On behalf of Mayor Malik, congratulations to the Akron Zoo, to its board, and honestly to the Akron community for being able to embrace a growing, thriving, amazing entertainment and social amenity that is in the middle of our city. I know personally, I grew up here at the Akron Zoo, and I was thrilled when I had children. We spent so many days, afternoons, and weekends walking through the zoo and being able to personally observe it growing, building relationships between my children, my family, and nature and animals is such an incredibly important part of becoming stronger, better human beings. And we are thrilled to have this partnership and this amazing amenity in the city of Akron. On behalf of Mayor Malik, one of the things that Mayor Malik feels very important about is how we provide enriching experiences for our young people here in the city. So whether they are coming as a visitor or as they are able to experience this new addition to the zoo as part of their STEM education, again, we're thrilled to think about how one thing in our city can actually do many things. And oftentimes at the city, we talk about how can we yes and this? How can we take one thing that is great and make it even better? And not only in this case are we taking excellent care of the animals that are here, we are continuing to build the capacity for the zoo to have more exhibits and more animals for us to enjoy, but we are also providing hands-on learning opportunities for young people in our community to become greater and better human beings as well. So thank you on behalf of the city. Thank you to Doug and to your incredible team. We are so glad that you are here.
Thank you so much, Susie. And next, I'd like to invite up Greta Johnson, who will be speaking on behalf of Summit County Executive Eileen Shapiro.
Good morning.
Good morning.
On behalf of Executive Shapiro, I just want to say congratulations to the zoo. Oftentimes, the county has 31 different communities. The executive couldn't be here today, but everyone in the office knows that when it's a zoo event, I'm like, yeah, that's me. It's my zoo week. I was there yesterday and today. So, like Susie, I feel like I've grown up here. I came to Akron 30 years ago, so clearly as an infant. And started thank you. It's really cold, but thank you. But this place looks so different than it did then. And I always talk about how the zoo was my first outing as a new mom, and bringing my twins here felt like harder than passing the bar exam. But I also felt a deep connection when Doug talked about, you know, when parents and, you know, the kids just can't really get along with mom anymore. So did I mention they're teenagers now? So I felt that deeply, that there's now a respite place for them. Having said all that, I just want to say thank you to the media who is here today, because good news is always good news. And we are inundated with bad news, it seems, lately, and this is a day to celebrate. So I want to say a special thank you to all of you who are covering it today. If you are not a media person, you are a media person, you all have social media, take a picture, put it on your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever social media platform you use. Let us celebrate the good news in this community. Summit County is so glad to have this gem right here in downtown Akron, and we couldn't be happier to see it growing. So thank you, Doug. Thank you to all of the zoo staff. Thank you to the zoo board members. Today's a good day. Let's celebrate.
Thank you, Greta, very much. And now I'd like to invite U.S. Congresswoman Amelia Sykes, and I'm not confusing last names anymore. I have no excuse. I've known you both for a very long time.
You're excited.
I am.
Good morning. At first I thought it was a mistake to wear these heels, but now that I'm behind this podium, it was not that bad of an idea. I'm Amelia Sykes, and I am honored to serve as the Congresswoman for Ohio's 13th Congressional District. And before I start my remarks, I first want to say thank you to Doug, his team, the members of the board, and the staff here at the Akron Zoo. You've heard it from our previous speakers. We are so excited and we're so proud to have something like the Akron Zoo in our community. And for a city this size, most cities this size don't get to brag on attractions like a zoo. And not only a zoo, a world-class zoo that has its place in the world stage, as a top-notch facility. And the Akron Zoo leads in sustainability. I have heard people all across this country talk about how incredible this zoo is, and it really makes me proud to be a member of this community to talk about this very special and important attraction in our city. As I heard from Susie and Greta about them growing up with the zoo, I literally grew up with the zoo behind my house. In fact, I think this is where my house used to be, where the veterinary hospital is. And so when I talk about my connections, I think I have everyone be here. We visited the zoo very regularly, very often. We're very much engaged with the zoo and quite literally grew up with it as my backyard. And it's really something special to be able to say for kids in urban areas that we have something like this that people can enjoy and experience, and it is affordable and it is fun and it is also inclusive of everyone and ensures that everyone has an opportunity to participate, to learn, and to grow from this very valuable asset. And so again, I just want to say thank you to Doug for having such great stewardship and his team and ensuring that this facility remains, that it continues to grow and be the shining gem and example of what you can do when you have dedicated people who truly care about the community and want to make sure that we are the absolute best place to live. Because I tell my colleagues all the time, we're talking about needing some good news. I'm at home for an entire week, and I am so very excited to be here in Akron, Ohio, as well as all over the 13th district for this week. But we are so blessed to have something like the zoo here, and I hope that we all commit to making sure that we keep this gem in our community, and that it is here for many generations to come, as we have heard from so many others, how important it is to our development, our economic development, and our bright, shining example of what the best community in the entire world looks like. So thank you all for being here on this very beautiful Northeastern Ohio day. And because it is so very cold, I'm going to even keep my remarks even shorter, but I do want to make sure that I am able to present to Doug and his team this recognition on behalf of Ohio's 13th Congressional District to say not only thank you, but congratulations on this veterinary hospital and continuing to be a leader in zoo resources and this community. So thank you, Doug.
Thank you, Amelia. That's very meaningful. And I've said this privately to her, and I will say it publicly. Thank you for joining the Congressional Zoo and Aquarium Caucus. It is very meaningful. Okay. Now I would like to invite up our state representative, Veronica Sims, to say a few words. Veronica. And see, I did it.
Well, you know, it took me forever to learn how to say Doug Piakosh. I'm really excited about that today. So good morning, everybody. This is a great day. Wouldn't you say, act like it's a great day? You know, so I have great, thank you so much to Mr. Piakosh and his team for this wonderful zoo. I too have special ties to this location. I can remember as a younger 20-something, just mulling these grounds at the Sykes' home. I didn't realize, as we listened to the lion, that we were really raising a lioness. We're so happy to have her as a champion. And actually right here is a where me and my family garden. So I'm really grateful to know that this veterinary hospital will replace this. I just want to say thank you for affording young people an opportunity to have a place that their families can afford to come, but also to be a learning ground for young people around conservation and just learning so much. So I think today is just a great day. I'm honored to be here today. I'm glad that we can give $2 million to the cause. I couldn't imagine that we could have invested things any better. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
And if anybody's wondering, yes, the garden is being relocated to the front of this site as part of this project. So those who garden here on this location, even though the hospital will be basically on top of it, will be able to garden in a place that's much more convenient for our neighbors in Saffrestein Towers and in the community surrounding it. You know, one of the things about the Akron Zoo is always being a good community member, and this is what that looks like. And with that, I'd like to invite Bill Romer up to come say a few words. Bill has been a staunch advocate and defender of the zoo, and we really appreciate the work that he's done as well.
Thanks so much, Doug. It's wonderful to be here. As I was sitting here, I was thinking, I think it was probably 14 years ago that Gloria Rogers is in the back with me. Gloria Rogers and I served on Summit County Council. We toured the animal hospital, and it was old then. And we really need a new animal hospital. Just a couple things. When we were looking at projects at the state of Ohio, and it was great to work with my delegation on this. This is one of the most impactful projects we were able to do. As Representative Sims mentioned, this was a $2 million grant by the state of Ohio. But in looking back at the numbers, the state of Ohio has donated $3.1 million to the zoo since 2018. In fact, I got to learn what Yanni's disease was when we had to replace a building and dirt and everything else when there was Doug will correct me, it was like a hoof and mouth disease from some of the animals. That was $500,000. This is way better because now we're going to have a state-of-the-art care facility. My daughter happens to be a veterinarian, and she's very excited that we're doing this also. But the opportunity of the state of Ohio to make a difference for the zoo, but actually for all of the residents of Summit County is really important. And to recognize that, I have a commendation, and I'm going to have Derek Hall and Veronica come up with me if they could, please. We have a commendation, and I promise, given the fact it's 37 degrees and I'm not wearing a coat, I'm not going to read this, but it recognizes the importance of this groundbreaking on Akron, and we're going to present this to Doug, if you would. There you go. Here, get in here. So, okay, thanks everyone. We really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much, Bill, and thank you. The level of support that the Akron Zoo has received from our elected officials is nothing short of humbling and amazing, and we really, really appreciate that backup. One of the things that I would say about this hospital, it's worthy for me to pause for a second and just touch on what it means to be a zoo accredited by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. The Association of Zoos and Aquariums is the largest accrediting body for professionally operated zoos and aquariums worldwide, and they accredit facilities in 13 countries. The Akron Zoo has the honor of being one of those accredited facilities right here in the state of Ohio, and a rather unique designation for those of you who haven't heard me say this before, because during our last accreditation, it was immediately following the pandemic. We had just reopened. We had a lot of uncertainty. The staff came together. The direction was do the right thing for the right reason at the right time, and don't worry. Whatever ends up coming out the other end of it, we will be confident in doing the right thing for the right reason at the right time. The outcome of that was nothing short of amazing, because we became one of 3 AZA accredited facilities in the history of the association to achieve a perfect accreditation. And I want with that to honor the Akron Zoo staff. I know many of you are standing, so just put your hands in the air. Thank you guys very, very much. Because opportunities like that and achievements like that are rare, and they only happen because a team comes together to pull them off. And I'm so grateful to be working with all of you. The other thing that I'd like to do very quickly is my board members, please put your hands in the air. Thank you so much for showing up today for us here and for all of the support you give to the Akron Zoo day in and day out, regardless of what we face. Greatly appreciate you. And so with that, Pam, would you like to take the podium?
You know, Doug is so humble as he's recognizing everybody else on our team. I'd like to recognize Doug for his leadership. So let's give it up for Doug and all that he's doing for our zoo and for this community. Bear with me here a second. I need to pull out my notes. So the Animal Hospital was funded in part by the Akron Zoo's most ambitious fundraising initiative to date. The $11 million Reaching New Heights campaign. Thanks to the extraordinary generosity of donors, I am excited to share with all of you that 3/4 of the campaign's funding has already been secured. Thank you to the generous lead supporters, Tom and Shelley Kutnick, the Lehner Family Foundation, David and Nancy Coley, Lori Trehan, Marcia Adair and Dick Edwards, and the state of Ohio, who are helping turn this vision into reality. The Animal Hospital is only one piece of this exciting campaign. In addition to the zoo addressing aging infrastructure, your Akron Zoo is planning its next major expansion, and I've invited a very special guest to help me share a bit about the experience. Please help me welcome them as they join us. Your Akron Zoo will take you on a new journey presented by the Lehner Family Foundation, which will connect to Landon and Cynthia Knight, Pride of Africa. The journey, scheduled to open in a few years, will take you to a giraffe conservation center where you will be able to view and feed these beautiful long-legged animals year-round right here in Akron, Ohio. A first for your zoo and Summit County. For more than 70 years, the Akron Zoo has been a beloved destination where families create lasting memories and forge deep connections with wildlife. Reaching New Heights is about our commitment to this community, and by achieving these ambitious goals, your zoo aims to enhance visitor experiences, boost regional economic impact, and advance our leadership in education and global wildlife conservation. But we cannot reach these goals alone, and we invite the community to join us on this historic journey. Stay tuned for more announcements as Reaching New Heights campaign propels this zoo, the region, and all of you to a brighter future. So now it's time for us to break ground on our animal hospital. Our friend will be hanging around after the groundbreaking if anyone would like to take photos with it. So if you'd like to follow Doug, we would like to have all of our guests up here at the podium with me, along with Representative Hall, Councilman Brandon Ford, Councilman Jeff Wilhite, and all of you to follow Doug to our groundbreaking site.
Now he's up here too. Look.
And if you're wondering what that sound is, that's how red wolves respond to city sirens.
The two lions are up here watching that right now. Come here, look. Look in the cage. They're sitting there watching the giraffe.
Is there like a sound?
Yeah, they're right there.
Sorry, that's gonna have you come so I can miss your spot.
Do you see the lions? They're watching the giraffe.
Oh, I betcha.
Pick your golden trouble.
You guys know.
Thank you.
Yes, we were going to distribute them to the elected officials first and staff members. Okay, then yes.
Do you see the lions watching that giraffe? They're in the cage. Yeah, they're over on the side right now.
Hey, what's that?
Breakfast yet?
Oh my goodness, yes, this is exactly where my house used to be.
How cool and funny is that?
I know, that's so crazy.
You guys didn't see the two lions are sitting there watching you guys when that giraffe came in.
Oh,
They're right there they're right there in the cage. Yeah, they're sitting right there right now. I was like, oh goodness.
Do you want a more head-on?
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Caleb, you want to count us down?
Sure, okay. All right, ready? Three, two, one.
Officially broken ground. Thank you all. And Caleb, picture-wise, Caleb and Pam, what do you want up front?
There you go, folks.
Yes.
That concludes our coverage. We'll see you in a bit.